everybody. Good evening. How are you doing? I am super excited to have you tonight. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let your friends know you are in. Let your enemies know you are here. Let your frenemies know that it is time. It is time. And I am super excited to have you today. How are you doing? We are starting this in no time. We are starting this in no time. So call everybody to call everybody to call everybody. We are live. We are live. I am super excited for every single person in here. I am excited for you, and I really cannot wait for you to make the most of this. Even Zakariyyah is right at the backstage, waiting for you, waiting for everyone. And I really cannot wait to have him right here. Let me know in the comments if you're in. Let me know in the comments who is here. I want to know who is live with me. I have a very, very special gift for every person that comes in the first 10 names that shows up on this live stream. So we have something for you. Yes, Mariam Abdullah, how are you doing? How are you doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you doing? Welcome to this live session. If you're in, I am seeing 3 people. If you're in, let me know in the comments so I can put down your name. We are starting in the next few seconds. This is 2 minutes, 7 seconds. In the next few seconds, we are starting. Adetunji Latifa Iteriba is here too. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. We have a few more seconds to go. Welcome to the Breaking Free session, day 2. I'm super excited to have everybody. I am Balkis Amzat, your amazing young girl who has broken all barriers, who broke free from every single thing that you can think of that would cause anyone not to make the most of their lives. I am really excited to have you here. And so Mariam Abdullah, Iteriba, Adetunji Latif, and Najiba, you all owe me, sorry, I am owing you 15 minutes free discovery call with me. Please, I'll let you know how that is going to work. I'll put that down. I'll put your names down, and then we are going to get right in together. So the 4 of you, I have 15 minutes discovery call with the 4 of you, 15 minutes. And let's see where that takes us into. So welcome and thank you so much for joining in. Okay, I'll be bringing Ibn Zakariyyah now. And 1, 2, 3, go. Ibn Zakariyyah, my boss is here. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? I cannot hear you, please. Your mic is muted.
Sorry, I muted myself. I'm doing well.
It's okay.
I'm doing good.
Oh, how is every on your end?
It's well,
Thank
fine.
you so
Yes.
much for joining us. Thank you so much. It's an honor to call you and to have you say yes to that call and to show up here. You've been here for over 20 minutes. I'm like, hey, really? This people don't know what is there for them tonight. But then I'll leave Ibn Zakariyyah to take over, and this is 8:04. And by 8:35, I think that Ibn Zakariyyah should have given us every single thing that he asked for us. Is that going to be possible, sir? But anyways, thank you so much for being amazing. And so let's get right into it. And I'm going to now. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Pardon my lightning. I'm trying to manage the light left on the solar I'm using. So I hope you hear me clearly. And I hope you can see my face. Don't mind the stressed face. It's been a long day, and should I say it's been a long week. Today is only Wednesday, but then I think I've survived 2 weeks in just 3 days. So if you are with me, in the comment section, let me see you write. I don't know if I can see that, but let me see you write no excuses. Tonight is a no excuse night. So let me see you write no excuses. If you are with me, let me see you write. Let me see you type in no excuses in the comment section, right? Okay, so when I got the topic I was speaking on tonight, I was like, okay, this is great, this is amazing. But then I was in a dilemma of, okay, what are we going to say like this? Great. Mujima Mitsuyo, I can see that no excuses. King Faisal, no excuses. Thank you. Keep that coming. Thank you very much. So I was like, what are we going to talk about here? And first, I would like to appreciate the wonderful woman behind this, Balkis Amzat. She is amazing. I have just 35 minutes and I'll be spending the next 8 minutes hyping this woman. Why? She's like a sister to me. Not even like, she's a sister to me. And she's one of those person I refer a lot on this online space. So after this session, I want you to go into her inbox and tell her a very big thank you on my behalf for being amazing, for being the value queen we all look up to and we all admire. Because she has shown great example on how you can be amazing without having to lose your principles. Okay, she's one of those few ladies we have out there that are doing great things and breaking grounds without having to go naked or having to lose your moral values. And for that, I appreciate her. I appreciate the woman she is, the woman she's becoming, and the Yawo that she's going to become. I've told her, I've told her I'll keep some of my praises until she becomes the Yawo. So I'm speaking on unlocking your creative potential, embracing discipline, and overcoming excuses. So this topic is a great one, and it's something relatable to my life and to your life also, right? So when I was thinking about the topic this evening, I'm like, okay, there's no time to make research anymore. First, I'm on drugs. I've not been well since yesterday. Second, I'm like, okay, I think the past 3 days of my life is really amazing. It's something I could share with you guys to make the session more interesting. All right. So don't fret. I'm not breaking any tables today. Perhaps a little bit of cracking the table, but I won't be breaking any table. So put your mind at rest. Okay. Now, yesterday, DMO spoke here, and I believe she talked a lot on how to stop giving excuses, and I'll be continuing there. I missed the session yesterday because I could not get my phone charged, but I joined later at night. So, um, do I need to define what excuses is and or what discipline is? You know, we have this orientation of it's a natural thing, it's a natural instinct. We have this natural instinct of I can't do it because I am small. You know, my dad is dead now. How would I bring up a family? I can't make a good man because I don't have anyone to support me. I am poor and I'm not sure if in 3 years' time I will be rich. And if you ask why, the person could be like, well, the thing is, nobody is rich in my family. Nobody is there to help me. And there's no opportunity. Who is going to accept a poor person like me? Now, I've just given a description of what excuses are, the kind of excuses you give. I don't know if you are with me. Can you let me know, please? By typing I'm with you, if you are with me. This is just starting to get interesting. So let me know if you are with me. If you can hear me clearly, let me know that. Okay. So while growing up, we have this natural instinct of giving excuses, of saying out loud the things that hinder us from achieving a lot. For example, I attended a public secondary school. So I could go like, I'm attending a public secondary school. I attended a public secondary school. In fact, my school, they fight almost every week. So I cannot become a great person. I cannot achieve this. I cannot create a name for myself. Who would even listen to me? They will go like, you attended a secondary school, not even a good secondary school, a secondary school where they fight, where the teachers get flogged, where you have limited teachers. But I did not give that excuse. At the same time, I have tons of friends who give that excuses. And by the time they got to SS2, they dropped out. Some did not even get to SS2. Some started doing Yahoo. Some after secondary school, some became Yahoo boys because they could not withstand the pressure of going out to claim a name for themselves because they attended a secondary school, a public secondary school. So there is this assumption that if you attend a public secondary school, you cannot make anything out of your life. So everybody who attends a public secondary school, 60% of the population embrace that thought that I'm attending a public secondary school. If you are a female, by JS3, you should get pregnant and you should marry. If you don't marry, maybe you'll be selling paraga, you'll be doing something, or you'll be selling snacks. If you're a man, perhaps you'll be doing conductor. Okay, you've become an alumni automatically. After JS3 like this, you become a conductor. You find someone that will pay you 2K after every delivery, or you start riding Marua. So now, when you ask these people why they settle down for this kind of life, they would go like, the first thing they would say is circumstances. That's what people are going to say. That's what people are going to tell you. That's the first thing they will say. We are called Agbori, why? So it's circumstances. What should I have done? What could I have done? So people easily tell you that the circumstances they found themselves warrant them to become the person they became. So someone who left secondary school, who dropped out in GSS3, would tell you that circumstances warranted that. That's why he dropped out in GSS3, and that is why he's working as a conductor. Okay, and a female who got pregnant at GSS3 would tell you that circumstances caused it. So she had no choice. That's the only thing she could do. To go and marry and give birth. Now, a lot of you are like that too. Perhaps you did not attend a government secondary school, or you did not attend a school where you don't have opportunities. You could have gone to the best universities, but in your life, every single day of your life, you give certain excuses, a lot of them, because it is very easy to give excuses, and excuses are sweet. Yeah, excuses are very sweet. Can I see you type excuses are sweet? Please type that. Type Sorry about that. When you give excuses, you are basically saying I can, but in a more romantic way. Because if you say I can't, people go like, why can't you? But the moment you tell me, well, the thing is, we don't have lights, so I cannot attend this session tonight. You've already told me I can't without saying I can't. So when I tell you, why don't you just say you can't? You go like, I'm not saying I can't. The thing is, I would have attended, but like I said, there is no light. You know, so excuses are romantic ways of saying I can't. So I could have said I won't show up tonight. So I have plenty of reasons not to show up tonight. Balikis has plenty of reasons to cancel this night session. And there are many, many days like that where we had a lot of reasons not to show up. I have plenty of reasons. First, I'm unwell. Second, there's no lights. I've had issues with the NEPA since some days back. Third, my phone is in 14%. I'm charging with my laptop because I had to go out to get my laptop charged, get my phone charged a bit so that I could respond to some messages. But regardless, I showed up, right? Now, I could have said, oh, well, Keys, I'm not sure I'll be able to show up tonight, though. Before the session, I told her my lighting is not that good. So she asked me to get on the virtual stage and see if it would be okay to take us through the session. And we did, okay? So I could have said, well, Keys, you know what? I won't be able to attend because I don't have lights. I can't do a live session without having lights. And my phone is even low. So I can't attend. But I did not. I decided to show up. Now, when you give excuses for the things you could have done, it becomes a norm in your life. So you live a mediocre life. You think you are not able to achieve those things because you don't have the capacity. But the truth is, you have the capacity. It is just that you give a lot of excuses. I don't know if you get that point. I said, when you are very used to giving excuses for the things you could have done, that means you could have shown up at an event, but your excuses, I don't have beautiful clothes. You could have attended, you could have met someone who could help your life, but you go like, I lack the confidence. You could have attended this session and you go like, well, I don't have data. You could have been here tonight, but you go like, well, it is late at night. I can't attend a late night session. So when you give excuses for every single thing in your life that you could have done, because as humans, you have the potential, you have the ability, you have the talent, you have the strength to do anything you set your mind to do. But the moment you give yourself an excuse, the excuse gets processed by your mind and it transmits it to your brain. And your brain processes it as I can. So it is like a programmed language, like a programming language. You input, I will not be able to show up today. Your mind translates it into a code. Your mind will write it as a code. Then it translates it to your brain, transmit it to your brain, and your brain will interpret it as I can't in capital letters. So excuses equals to I can't. That's the first equation. Excuses equals to I can't. Where the constant is several reasons. I won't be able to show up. There is no light. I'm not feeling fine. I'm having a headache. My dad just died. Blah, blah. And all the reasons you give to not show up for the life you want. And the thing is, we all want a beautiful life, right? We all have a beautiful life. We want a great life. We want to get married to a beautiful lady. But you know, when you are not there to meet the beautiful lady, you won't find a beautiful lady in a club. You won't find an intelligent lady in the club. You will probably find an intelligent lady in sessions like this, but you did not show up for this session because you can't. So when you miss the opportunity, you go like, and I could have met her. I could have met her. I could have met her. But if not that I did not have light on my phone that day. So the second equation is excuses Excuses equals to regrets. Excuses equals to regrets. Where your reasons are the where your reasons are the constant regrets. Excuses equals to regret. When you give excuses, you regret. You regret the life you could have attained that you did not get. And that is it. You regret the things you could have achieved. For example, you're supposed to be at an event, but you give an excuse, I can't be there because I don't have transport fare. So when you are told that, and hello, Belkis, you've not come to that session yesterday. If you had come, you would have been given tea fare, like thank you. They even give those that came thank you. You go like, oh, more, had I know, God, I should have attended. Now, that moment, your brain tells you that, well, you could have borrowed money, Shay, but you did not. So when you told me, that's your brain speaking to you. When you told me that you don't have tea fare, I interpreted it as I cannot go. So you did not go because you decided that. So nobody is to blame. The thief is not to blame, right? It is not you not having thief that is to blame. It is you that gives the excuses that of not having thief that is to blame. You can borrow money. You can borrow money. You can borrow from someone and you repay the person later, okay? But you did not because you give excuses. I don't have a lot of time. This is starting to get interesting, but I don't have much time. So I'll move to the topic I was going to talk on. That's embracing discipline and overcoming excuses. How do you embrace discipline? I was speaking to Michelle this evening, and I told her how I almost fainted yesterday, and I've been on drugs, and I slept from after 5 this morning. I woke up around 3 p.m. before I had to go out to get my phone charged. So, and before this session, Balkis, I spoke with the host and she's been out too, but you can't see it on her face because she's all there smiling. She was smiling and you can't know if this lady has been through a lot today. I'm not even to tell you what she's eating presently. But you can't, right? Because she's disciplined enough to show up here. So she showed up. And what do you know Balkis as? I want to see it in the comment section. If you hear the word Balkis Hamzat, what comes in mind? What comes in mind? Let's have a beautiful chat now. If you hear Balkis Hamzat, what comes in mind? Something crosses your mind when you hear a name because that name is a compound name. It is a big name. That's when you hear it anywhere, something keys in your mind that this is the person bearing this name. This person is an authority. This is what she does. And this is how she has helped my life become better. I have my own story of how Balkis has helped me, right? I have my story. Everyone here tonight, tomorrow you are going to tell your story of how you attended this session and this session changed your life because who hosted it? Balkis Hamzat hosted the session, right? And many other sessions she has hosted, many of the sessions, and the session I'll be hosting and invite her to speak at as a guest speaker. Thank you very much, Fatia. When you hear that name, you hear value, you hear discipline, you hear life coach, and many more names you can think of when you hear that name. So she did not attain those things. Balkis is a creative person. She's a video creator. She's a great storyteller. When we are talking about storytelling, Balkis is my boss. She's one of those that inspired me to become a great storyteller. I share this in many of my sessions. I cannot forget the day I invited Balkis to speak at my brand launch and she shared a story. She shared a story. That was when I was like, who is this man? This man is good. People that attended the session and I was like, God, this man is good. She is indeed the woman with the most beautiful voice. And yeah, she is, right? So when you hear her name, something comes in your mind because she's disciplined, right? Now, Balkis is a creative person. She did not attain that creativity by giving excuses for the things she could have done but decided not to do. I don't know if you get my point. She did not give excuses for the time she is too tired to show up, but she showed up regardless. Now, when you stop giving excuses, discipline will tell you that let's do it regardless. The key word there is regardless. So when you process that thought of, I don't have much battery on my phone, but I'm going to attend this live session regardless. Your mind is going to process that, send it to your brain, and your brain is going to interpret it as, I can. Because you can. If you think you can or you cannot, you are right. So your mind is going to interpret, I will show up regardless. I'm not sure. I've had sessions where I go like, well, the thing is, I'm not sure if I'll be around, but I'll be there, Sha. I'll be there. If you know me very well, I rarely use, I will try to be there. I'd rather say I'll be there. Okay? I'd rather say I'll be there. Because if I say I'll try to be there, I'm giving myself a choice. And when you give yourself the choice to choose to choose between being disciplined and giving excuses, you will get stuck. You will get stuck. The most likely thing for you to eventually do is to decide not to do it because you are not giving yourself a choice. So discipline does not give choices. Discipline does it regardless. When you are disciplined, you do it regardless. And the moment you become disciplined, you're able to unlock your creative potential. You're able to do more. You're able to achieve a lot more things, right? You're able to do more than someone who is not disciplined. See, I started out last year, my brand, Ibn Zakariyyah brand. You're all hearing Ibn Zakariyyah, and you're happy, like, wow, who is this person? His words are extraordinary, he says great things. Whenever you meet this person. I've been to Ilorin. The last time I was in Ilorin, I told someone this, I said, only one person did not recognize me in that room when I was in Ilorin. And I was like, oh, I even prepared by the kids with it. But everyone here knows me, everyone here knows my name. Why do you think so? I started building that name just a year. I launched the brand a year ago. And within that year, I told myself, this is what I want to achieve. I want to reach, I want to reach over 1,000 people and inspire over 1,000 people and train over 300 people. And I was able to achieve even more, right? I was able to achieve even more because I was disciplined. Yeah. Last year, during this time last year, before it, I was involved in an accident. I almost costed my legs. But during those process, I showed up intensively. Why do you think I showed up intensively? I could have decided that, oh, I'm not feeling well. I could not even walk. I was tired. I lost my phone. I was not with a good phone, but I showed up regardless. Why? One of my friends said something. They said, Rashid is crazy. Like, this guy is on a sick bed and is still showing up. But not everyone knows how I'm showing up, but I showed up regardless, right? So what I said then was, the rule is, guy, you must show up, right? You must show up because it is your responsibility to show up. And if you want to achieve the growth you seek, you must decide to show up for it. That's the rule I live my life by. And you should create that rule for yourself too. If you desire growth, I have a KPI, key progress indicator. And my KPI is the people I look up to. If they achieve something in 10 years, I want to achieve it in 2 years. That's crazy, right? I want to achieve it within 2 years. What they achieved in 10 years. So I put in the work, the extra work that will allow me to reach there even before the end of the second year. And I've always been achieving that. I've been able to achieve a lot of that because I'm disciplined. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a graphic designer. I'm a great one at that. I'm a speaker, I'm an orator, and a coach. So the question a lot of people ask me is, guy, how do you create these things? Like, only you're a graphic designer, only you are a storyteller, only you are a coach, and they show up every time. And the only answer that comes to my mind is, well, I just do it. Yes, I just do it because I have something I tell myself whenever I wake up every day. I tell myself simply, boy, it is another day to go change lives. Boy, it is another day to go create the world you want to see because I desire a great world. And I tell myself every day, it is another day to show up for the future you seek. So every day of my life, I achieve a lot more than my mates because I don't give excuses. I am that disciplined. Now, first, if you want to attain discipline, you must first understand that one, you have a responsibility for yourself first. For yourself, the moment you start telling yourself that I have a responsibility to show up for my life, you are able to stop giving excuses and you're able to discipline yourself to achieve the goals you want. Secondly, map your growth. Tell yourself, this is where I want to get to, and this is how I want to get there. Okay, map your growth. This is where I want to get to, and this is how I want to get there. When you know how you want to get somewhere, it is easy for you to walk that path every day. But many of you don't even know where you want to go to. Now, the violence is coming in. I promise not to break the table, but I won't. Sorry. So many of you don't know where you want to go to. You don't know. You simply want to achieve that. I want to be like Ibn Zakariyyah. How do you want to be like him? Well, I'm just going to become a writer like him. I'm going to become a storyteller like him. Bro, my dear, you cannot become a writer like me. You can't. If you want to be like Balkis Zamzat, I want you to erase that thought now. You can never be like her. You can never be her because she has the potentials you don't have. This is not bragging, and if you like interpret it as a brag, it's on you. Because Balkis has decided that she wants to become a creative woman, a creative person, a creative individual, and she has taken all the steps required of her to become that person and still taking that step consistently because one, she is responsible for her life, and two, she knows what she wants and she knows where she's going. The same thing with Ibn Zakariyyah and every other person you look up to. They know where they are going. They are disciplined enough to look at themselves every day and tell themselves that, guy, I'm not doing enough. I want to achieve this, but I'm not doing enough. What do I do to do it well? So when you want to achieve great things, you want to attain your creative potentials, you must decide to take responsibility for your life and map your growth. Always look at yourself. So this is a question for you. Where are you presently on your growth journey? Where are you presently on your growth journey? Have you started? Are you about to start? When do you want to start? Why haven't you started? If you have started, are you on the right track? Ask these 4 questions. Have you started? Are you about to start? When do you intend to start? If you have started, are you on the right track? I asked 4 questions and I want you to provide answers to them tonight. It will give you a lot more answers and lead you to a lot more questions about your growth journey. If you are not able to provide answers to this question, believe me, you are not going anywhere. You will remain stuck because your answers would come in a format like, well, I should have started, but the thing is, well, Sha, I will start. I will start. And if your answer to the question is, have you started? If that answer is, well, I don't know if I've started, you are not ready for growth. I want affirmative answers. Have you started? Yes or no? When do you intend to start? A specific time. I want the specific. I've just given you a formula for smart goals without stating smart goals. Okay. So ask yourself, when am I starting? If you have not started, when are you starting? Okay. If you have started, are you on the right track? That means, is your goal measurable? That's the question. Is it measurable? Are you measuring your goal? Like I mentioned, like I measured mine. I told you that how I measured mine is I look at those I look up to. How they get somewhere in 10 years, I want to get there in 2 years. How are you measuring yours? Okay. Now, I'll be ending this. There's not a lot of time, so I have a lot to say and a lot to share. But let me quickly say this: you have great potentials, right? Everyone has great potentials. We have that potential to become something amazing. The moment we are born into this world, we have a stamp. And what is that stamp? That stamp is, this is who you become. You are a life changer. You are an impact maker. I want you to type in the comment section, I am a life changer. I want to see you type, I am a life changer. Okay. We all have that thing. We all have that thing we want to become, that thing we want to achieve. We have that potential. It is imprinted in us the moment we are born. And our parents, they project these potentials. Like in their songs, they go like, that means you should become big. Now, these words have power they carry. Yeah. But the moment you start crawling, your parents push you, they want you to walk quickly and all that. And when you start working, they wish you start talking easily, and that moment they start sending you on errands to achieve something, to do things, and they start observing you, whether consciously or unconsciously, of the things you are good at. Like for example, I have a girl who started cooking as early as age 7. She's good at drawing. Like, I have a goddaughter who loves writing. She's very intelligent, just like her father, just like her father. So that potential has been observed since she was a child. Now, you know what the father did? The father took her to a Tahfiz school, a school where she would memorize Quran when she was like 12. She's still in the school presently. Okay. Now, our dad recognized her potential. Now, many of us are not lucky for our parents to say, this is something you are good at, this is something you are, and I've observed it in you since we're young. But you can observe it yourself. You have that potential. Now, look at yourself. What are the potentials I have? What do I want to attain? I want to become something great. How do I achieve it? Because your potentials will only remain at rest unless you decide to take constant effort to project them. Your potentials will remain at rest unless you take constant effort to project them. If you do not project your potentials, if you do not do the work, believe me, you will remain at the point. And you will keep pushing, that year, you know that show. Like, you know what some people say? They go like, and I can do that thing before. I can operate that laptop before, but because I've let it for years, guy, you cannot. If you can't, operate it, let us see. It is either you can or you cannot. There is no in between. Discipline is either you can or you cannot. There is no in between. So look at yourself this evening after this session and ask yourself, what are my potentials and how can I project them? Will the life I'm living presently allow me to project my potentials? The life I'm living presently, will it allow me to achieve the kind of growth I want to achieve, the kind of growth I am inspired by people to achieve? will the kind of life I'm living presently allow me to achieve them? I just told you I was not feeling fine, but I have a goal. I have something I needed to do today. And the excuse is, if I tell you I'm not feeling fine, you tell me, oh, sorry, you should cancel your session. Like, some people will tell me, you should rest, you should go. And I just look at them and laugh at them like, if I rest, I believe if I rest now, the life will be in chaos. Why? Why do you think so? It is my responsibility to change the world. And when I understand, the moment I understood that responsibility, I started telling myself that even Zachariah, at whatever cost, you must attain this because it is your responsibility. And the moment I discovered that potential in myself to change the world, I started building on it with discipline and consistent effort to become better so that I can easily change the world. At a point, I become the voice everyone wants to listen to. I become the person everyone wants to see because I took responsibility for my life, right? So your potentials will always remain at rest unless you take consistent actions without excuses to become that person you desire to be. On my closing remark, this is an affirmation, and I want us to affirm. I want us to affirm. Let's affirm in five sentences. I am wonderful. It's been a very long time I used affirmation words. I used to be the king of affirmations then. I am wonderful. That's one. I am wonderful. I am a transformer and I light people's world. I am the change the world seeks. I am the change the world seek. I am the change the world seek. And the last one, I am responsible for the life I seek. I am responsible for the life I seek. So these are five affirmations I want you to tell yourself every morning when you wake up, and I believe they are going to help you navigate your path to the growth you seek every day. Now, remember, nobody is coming to save you. I am not coming to save you. This session will not save you. You have attended this session. Balikis promised the first 10 people a free 15-minute discovery call. And I told her that, hey, this one you gave them is too much. Really, it is too much. Yes, it's too much. And again, you are giving the first 10 people a gift. I will be a bastard to miss such session. I'm telling you, I'm being serious. If I was the one, I would be a bastard to miss that kind of opportunity because I'm attending a free session. I did not pay a dime to attend. Then a free session, something is wrong with me if I miss it. So please tell yourself, the life I seek will not be achieved unless I stop giving excuses. And you can overcome the excuses you give because you are more than what you tell yourself. And you can become more than your present more. I hope my message sync. Before I sign out, this is very important. Balakes will be launching our book tomorrow. I've paid for my copy of the book. I said I want to boast about this. I've paid for my copy of the book. Do you know why? Because Balkis wrote the book. And that would be another excuse I'll be giving for not buying that book. And I even told her that I'm waiting for the hard copy because Balikis wrote it. And if Balikis should write a book, if you don't buy it, it is a sin. I said it. I propounded that law. It is a law to buy Balikis book. If you don't buy it, you just committed a sin. In my word. Okay? So have a wonderful life. And I hope you start walking the path of the growth that you seek. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, Balikis.
Hey! Ibn Zakariyyah, it's always an honor to have you share the room with me and have you share yourself, because I feel like there is something I have learned over time called your highest self, where the best part of you is shown to the world, where the world knows that, oh my God, this is this person at this time actually showing up. Please, I want your fire emoji, your thank you, I want everything in the comment section. I want every single one of them in the comment section. Ibn Zakariyyah, thank you so much. It's an honor. It's a privilege to have you speak tonight. And I really want to say I do not
Thank
take
you
it
very
for
much.
granted. I want to say that you have done, is that justice? Please, even Chief Judge, no fit judge that kind of thing, I beg. Because that was beautiful. That was beautiful. See, they are burning YouTube comment section. If they burn anything, they are coming to hold you. That was what I told them yesterday. Anybody that burn YouTube comment section, they are coming to hold the speaker, not me. not me at all. So I want to say a very big thank you. I want to say a very, very big thank you. You have been an inspiration a number of times. You have been a shoulder to cry on, a brother to run to. I say, even Zakariyyah, everything have you all come and help me. I don't know what to do. Thank you so, so much. And it's an honor having you open the
Thank you
floor
very
for the
much.
number of things. Thank you so, so much. And with this, we want to call your favorite person again in the next session. That is going to be Miche, and I hope that she is able to tell the world that she is Ibn Zakariya student, just like she has always done.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, do you have any question for Ibn Zakariya? I'm giving him a few more minutes to answer your question. So if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section so that we can ask those questions and we can go. But then, as they are burning YouTube comment section, let's keep showing you this burning, this fire, this burning, this fire. Ibn Zakariya, be ready. They will knock your door tomorrow
Ẹ
morning.
dákun o.
They will knock your door tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, guys. Let me have your questions in the comment section before we leave. Before we leave. Faizallah, thank you so much for being here. Daramola Alima, thank you. Aisha Abdul Rashid, Barikisu Safiyan, Fatia Badmus, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Adetunji Latifa, yes, one of those that won my free gift. They're going to have free session with me. Zab Imam, Raim Adebimpe, Fatia Badmus, she's my personal person. I slept this afternoon. She had to wake me up. She was one that actually called me that, hi, it's almost time. I was like, this woman, calm down. Now. Even
She's
Zakaria
good.
would not
She's good at that.
All right,
She's good
guys,
at
let me
doing
have your
that.
comments. Let me have your questions. And if there are none, let's say thank you to Ibn. Okay, so Jimon Mutil said that. Sir, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Yes. So he asked this question already. Please, let's answer that. And I think we can just
Okay.
call it a night.
How can a person be on the right track? Hmm. Well, I think I hope I'm clear.
The Oga Kwata is here. He said, who is giving you the gift? I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. Oh. If you know
I hope
this
my voice is
person,
clear
yes, your voice is
to
very
answer
clear.
the
I can hear
question.
you.
Great.
Yes, please answer it.
So, how can you be on track? Well, that's a question I'm tempted to answer with violence, but I'm going to answer it calmly because it's a question everyone asks, and I believe the answers are everywhere. The answers are everywhere. This is one of the answers you need. This is one of the sessions that will allow you to be on track. After tonight, I want you to go back before you go to bed. I still do this every night. Sit yourself down and think about your life. Ask yourself the 4 questions I mentioned earlier. Ask if you have started your growth journey. If you've not started, then you are still at rest. So there is no track for you already. Now, if you want to start, that's you deciding that I want to create my own path. The interesting thing is the growth is a path you create for yourself. It is a track. You build your own track, right? I cannot walk Balkis path. I can only create mine. But I can learn from a track. I can learn how she built a track and use that model to build a unique track for myself. So how can you then be on track? First, you miss the gift by the case promise. It would have allowed you to go through a 15 minutes of self-discovery. But then go through a mindset reset. Start with your mindset. What are the things I'm doing now that makes me feel useless? What are the things I'm doing now that makes my life meaningless? You might be rich and your life is still meaningless, right? So ask yourself that question. Where do I desire to be in 2 years' time? Start with 2 years, not 10 years, not 15 years. If you do that, you will build your track to be like Nigeria railway track. It will not make sense. There will be a lot of accidents. Target 2 years. Where do I want to be in 2 years? Then how do I start building? Who can help me build? Where can I run to? Who has the material I need to build? Who is that coach that can help me build that kind of track I want to build? Who is that mentor that will guide me? And every time I am derailing from my track, that will always give me a knock on the head that, Alaye, come back here. This is the road. Alaye, you are doing well. You did well tonight. Keep on building like this. I believe I've answered your question. So those are the basic answers I can give you. Then, if you can beg Balkis to please give you access to 15-minute discovery session, maybe Emi Olorun will enter and she will help you. But I believe I've answered your question.
Thank you. Jima Mutil, does that make any sense to you? You can watch this session again because this is the meal, just like DMO said. DMO said we don't have it in courses. We have it in courses, like not just sorry, everything just went off. Yes, Nigeria railway track. Yes. So you have to make sure that you're not just there. You have to make sure that you've been served the meal. Now eat it, relish it, love it, and do everything you can to make sure that you're just not that person. One thing I want you to know is that the free that you are getting can be enough to get you your first 5 step ahead. But if you don't use that free, there is no way you are even going to get ahead. And my mentor, Phil Stephen, will say something. Do not call a professional to come and teach you the basics. They will not have your time. And there is another thing. Do not wait for permission to learn. Learn without permission. We have done this. We have told you to come. We don't have to tell you to come back to it again. Come every single time. This makes okay. I think there is something I missed. Come back here to watch it. It's not going off the channel. I am going to leave it there, and you're not going to be distracted by any other thing except you want to be distracted. You can even download it so that you can watch it when you don't have data. You download it like that on YouTube, and then you'll be able to watch it at any point in time. So I want you to know that you are amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. And I am really excited for the next session because you're going to be learning about the rich mindset and your excuses. And until the next time we meet again for whatever breaking free series we would have to talk about, I remain Balkis Amzat. And to my guest, Ibn Zakariyyah, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for sharing your
Thank
most
you.
authentic self with everyone. Thank you for showing up and for living the values that you preach. I remain Balkis Amzat. And to every single person on this call, our next speaker too is here. Our mentor broke the table and she's still sending fire. They'll carry the two of you together. But either ways, I remain Balkis Amzat. And until the next time we talk, take care of yourself and see you in the next session in the next few seconds. Bye.